Hello, class ninth. This is your second chapter, The Sound of Music, in your book Behive. So, this chapter is divided into two parts. Part 1, there we will study about Evelyn Glennie, and part 2, we will study about Ustad Bismillah Khan. In part 1 and 2, what is common is that both is related to music and both are biography. You know what is a biography? Biography is that book that is written by someone about someone's life. Like biography of Evelyn Glennie, someone has written her whole life. Okay, and when you write your own book about your whole journey, that is called autobiography. I hope this much is clear. So, we will study in details in both the parts. So, you can see here the first part. What is the title? Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. So, can you imagine you are listening to sound but you are not hearing it? Like, how is that possible? So that is what we are going to study here in this part. That is a part 1. Okay. So let's first read this first point that is given here. You can see this point, this one. God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, I'm telling you this before that this is a comment that was given by someone that we will read in this chapter. Okay, now you read the second point, that is, read the following account of a person who fought against a physical disability and make her life a successful story. So, that is a comment that is being made by someone. And the second point, here we are mentioning a person who helped her, and her means Evelyn Glennie. That person has helped Evelyn Glennie to overcome her disability and made her life a success story. So, about this person also we will study in this chapter. I hope these 2 points are clear. So let's read this first one. Rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So, here we are starting with a scene where there's train. So, where do you find trains? Platform. So, it was a platform where there was a lot of rush. People were running here and there to catch their trains. And there was a girl looking younger than her 17 years, means she must be 16, 17 years old, and she was very nervous, yet she was excited. She was excited. Why she was excited? Because she was selected to study music in Royal Academy of Music in London. And why she was nervous? Because she was leaving Scotland and she was going to London. And Scotland is a place in Europe where it's not much uh, urbanization. There are basically more farms on countrysides. So she was moving from Scotland to London which was nerve. That is why she was getting nervous, because you're leaving your native place and going to another place. That too, that place is totally different from Scotland. That place was very fast, very urban. Okay, so this moving from a place to another was not only a challenge for her, the bigger challenge was something else. And what was that? That she was profoundly deaf. Like, she was absolute deaf. And even she could hear the train was coming because of the vibrations. You can feel the vibrations on the rail, on the tracks when the train is approaching. So she can only feel everything by these vibrations. So she was an aspiring musician. And what is an aspiring musician? Who wants to be a musician? And she was very firm that she has to be a great musician. I hope this much is clear from this first one. Okay, let's come to the second one. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name and she didn't move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. So, this girl, Evelyn Glennie, it was not like that she was always deaf. She has she has lost her hearing power gradually. Like, not just it vanished in a moment or something like that. Slowly she lost her ability to hear. And her mother was the one who noticed it first. And when she was, you can see here, 8 year old. Okay, she was 8 years old. And there was an event where she was about to play the piano. They were calling her name. When you are uh, if you are going to perform anything, so the host, they call your name. So likewise, they were calling her name to play the piano, and she couldn't hear that. And then who realized it? Isabel Glennie. And who is Isabel Glennie? She is the mother of Evelyn Glennie. Okay, so there she realized that she hasn't heard it and there is some problem with her. So, for quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teacher. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated. So, what happened? That for quite some time, this Evelyn, she managed to hide this thing. If someone say that you are physically disabled in any way, the perspective of people change for you. So exactly this happens here. Thinking that people will see her in different way, she hide her this uh, ability to not hear. And she could hide it from friends and teacher for quite some time. But when she turned 11, when that was time when she was 8 years old, so for quite 3 years she could manage to hide it. But when she turned 11, her condition deteriorated means it was getting bad to worse. And her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. Who is a specialist? Specialist is the one is who is who majors or who majors in one part of the body. So the one who treats your ear, that is the specialist where they have taken her to. Then it was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. And there they discovered that her hearing ability is getting worse because of a gradual nerve damage. Like there was a gradual nerve damage in her uh, brain. Because of that, her hearing capability has weakened, and they advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, says Evelyn. So, what this doctor suggested that she should be given a hearing aid. What is a hearing aid? See, it is a device which is used by deaf people, and because of that, with the help of that, they can hear up to a limit. And the specialist even suggested that she should be sent to a school for the deaf. See, there are special schools for the physically disabled people, where they could be treated with utmost, you can say, they are treated with much care. And hearing all these things, her life, Evelyn's life, looked black. Looked black means it turned colorless. Okay, it was not like, because she was able to hear everything, and suddenly if you come to know that now your ability to hear is going to uh, get lost, or you will lost your hearing ability sooner or later, like it will go completely. So because of that, her life looked black. Black shows negative side also. So her, in front of her, she could see only black color, everything negative, because her dream was to become a musician. For a musician, if you can't hear, what is the use? So because of that, her life looked black. One thing I want to tell you, that this all thing that is given here is actually the interview that Evelyn is given to, you can see the name on page 20, Deborah Cowley. So she is given interview to her, and everything that happened with her, she is telling her, and she has written her biography. Okay, I hope this much is clear. So, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was not that sort of girl who just give up on something. Like, she was very determined. She was full of determination, and she knew that she will lead a normal life. She was very determined. So, she was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. She knew that she was very determined, and she knew that she is going to lead a normal life, and she followed her passion in music. She was very passionate about music. So one day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. You can see here this diagram of xylophone. You can see this. This is actually what xylophone looks like. So one day what happened, she noticed a girl and she was playing this xylophone, and she decided that she wants to play it too. But most of the teachers there discouraged her. Why they discouraged her? Because they know she is deaf. So how will she understand all the notes? How will she know that is different notes there? Okay, so but there was a percussionist, Ron Forbes. You can see the name here, Ron Forbes, and he saw some potential in her. He could spot that determination in her, and there he became that person who gave, where in the starting we were discussing 2 points. So the second point, where I mentioned that there was a man who changed her life, or was the one who fought against her physical disability, is this man only, Ron Forbes. So he began by tuning two large drums to different notes. He bought two drums. And who's a percussionist? Percussionist is that person who plays drums, tabla, or a different instrument, and that different instrument has different notes, different vibrations they produce. Okay, so he bought two drums and and tuned them to two different notes, and he told her not to hear through your ears. What he told her, that try to sense it some other way, like you have to start feeling it. So suddenly when he started playing those two drums, what she uh, can feel is that the higher drum notes was those notes that was coming from the higher drum. She could feel all those by waist up. Waist up is the middle part of your body. So above waist up, she could feel the higher drum notes, and below the waist she could feel the lower notes that were produced by the drums. And this Ron Forbes, he started repeating this exercise with her. Soon Evelyn discovered that she could feel different notes by different parts of her body, and her body just opened, and her mind could sense and feel all those music. Like just now we just hear from our ears, but she could feel her whole body, all the vibrations, all the sounds she could feel by her different parts of the body. And rest she has done with her determination and hard work. She was a very hard working girl, and she was very determined. She has a passion for music. Because of those things, she could achieve and she could learn this music, just because of her pure hard work and determination. I hope this much, till this point everything is clear. Then you can see here the fourth part. She never looked back from that point onwards. She toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. So after this point, when she started feeling all the music, all the vibration through every part of the body, she know that now there is no looking back, and there was actually not no going back. And she went on a tour to the United Kingdom with youth orchestra. Orchestra are actually a group of people who play music in different programs and all. You people have seen them, and there are different instruments that is played by different people. And by the time she was 16, she was firm that I have to make music my life. So she audition, you know what is there? You have to give audition before getting selected or getting any part. So she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the academy. She gradually moved from orchestral work to solo performance, and at the end of her 3-year course, she has captured most of the top awards. So she auditioned in that Royal Academy of Music and scored the highest marks in the history of that academy. She gradually, it was not like sudden, gradually, like with smaller steps, she moved from orchestral work, like initially she used to perform with groups. Later on she got all that confidence to play in the audience, in the stage, in front of the audience. And then she started having her solo performances, and at the end of her 3-year course, she has captured most of the top awards. So by the end of 3 years, like after performing so much, so by the end of 3 years she got many awards also. So we are doing it till here, and from this fifth one we will start in the next video, and that will be the next and the second part of this chapter. I hope till here there is no confusion. Again, I'm telling you, it is a biography of Evelyn Glennie, and this Deborah Colley, she is taking interview, and she is telling everything what happened with her in her life, and that is what she has written here. Okay, so this much is there in this part. Rest we will do in our next part. So bye and take care.